guys know where we stood with the tax rates. The first sheet was our certification by the state, and I copied on the back the comparisons between 2013 and 2012 by the townships to show you the increase. And then I also gave you an itemized rate sheet for the budget for 2013 by that. We're done calking bills. We've passed them to the treasurer's office, and they're actually at World to be printed. They're expected to be mailed out April 10th or 12th. We don't have an exact date, so I feel comfortable they'll be out to taxpayers 30 days before the May 10th collection.
All right,
So
thanks.
that's where we are with that.
Appreciated those papers.
And
We'll see.
you guys like to see those rates?
No, but. Okay, the wheel tax rate has got to be reapproved.
I spoke about it last meeting and asked you guys, it has to be back down to the state by June 30th. So you can either make a motion on it this year to keep it where it's at now or increase it. But we just got to remember, if we're going to increase it, it has to be, you know, re-advertised and put in the paper. So I wanted to know if you wanted anything. If not, I'll just sign off of it and give it back to be effective January 1st of 2014. It was April 6th of 2005, around 2005 when you guys implemented it. So if you want to see the ordinance that you signed back then, it has been amended in 2009, it looks like, the last time it's changed.
Questions, comments? No comments?
I need direction.
I know.
Well, does anybody think it needs to be lowered or raised?
Leave it the same.
Leave the same? I don't know.
What
We're,
percentage that the state takes out of that? You have that?
There's the ordinance, the county ordinance.
I personally
It's
just hate to
redone,
bother.
it's by,
I just like to leave it the same.
they're different per the weight of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also gonna put a lot of thought into it.
When we reapproved that ordinance, we just did some tweaking in the wording, wasn't it?
Mr. Chairman, I just move that we just leave it the same as it is.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, we leave it the same. Questions or discussion? Concerns? Is there anything you want, after you read that, you want any comments, questions?
Well, I guess at this point in time, there's no sense of raising them if the state's gonna continue to take it.
A percentage?
Yeah.
What's a percentage?
I know it's not on there.
you know, the state's taking part of our wheel tax?
Are they?
I didn't think so, because we enacted that because they took part of our gas tax. So we enacted the wheel tax to,
Actually, didn't we enact it to help Bridge and Cume? And then after we enacted it, then they took the money away from our gasoline tax. didn't they?
no, they took it first.
Yeah,
'Cause,
Bill's right. They took it first and then you guys did the wheel tax.
And we passed that
Went to
to
the state police.
replace the money that the state stole from us from our gas tax
Right.
money, basically.
Keep that down. State.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion on the floor in a second. Any other questions or discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. All right, looks like it stays the same.
That annual?
Yes.
We have to reapprove it every year.
Yeah.
That's right.
establishing the cube cap rate?
Everything's online for that. I gave you some information. The bad thing is I advertised for April 1st instead of April 2nd for the hearing. I came down here yesterday morning and no one was down here, which is fine. So we will have the hearing on your May meeting to adopt the change. I did do some tweaking of the numbers and to reestablish from .0162 to .0300 should show an increase to cum cap of 184,375, which you then appropriated to the bridge funding is what you wanted to add. 150, I think, is what you're looking at to help that bridge funding. So you'll have, in addition to that, you'll have about 35,000 additional money coming into cum cap and outside of that bridge. So that's all I have.
Mr. County Highway, do you got anything else you'd like to?
I was just here to answer questions, and thank you guys for the truck and accessories and everything that we've got, we appreciate it.
Does anybody else got anything else need to be brought up?
Well, I'd like to mention that, as far as the state taking part of our gas tax money, I don't know where it's gone, but there is some kind of a bill to change that, give it back to the counties, and then the state pick up the difference. I don't know whether that one, and you know, George, where that's gone.
I'm not sure, it was in-house.
It's passed the House, and they've sent it to the Senate, and now it's in for the Senate vote, and the guesswork behind that for counties our size, that it might give us 300,000. There's nothing positive on that until the Senate gets done with it, because they could add, subtract, do whatever they want to it, and send it back to the House. So we're kind of waiting, but everything that we get from the association, from Indiana Counties, the County Commissioners Association, said it looks real positive this time, that they're gonna take the state police out and they'll go into the state general fund now.
Yeah, I heard 400,000 is what I heard.
If I remember correctly, when they took it out, it was about 14% of our tax. What it would have been.
All right, is there anything, anybody back there have anything you'd like to ask, bring up, comments?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to introduce Bill Smith. Bill is lived in Whitley County. His family grew up down in Jefferson Township. Bill moved in Columbia City here, and Bill used to work over to Orthy over to Warsaw. He's coming to Whitley County to start up his own little business, and I want to welcome you here, Bill, and glad to have you.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to say about your little startup?
Tell us about it.
Well, I worked in Warsaw for a lot of years at Zimmer and Depew, and went back to school. And then when I came back to Warsaw again, I worked at Symmetry Medical. And Symmetry Medical is on the supply side, supplying product to all the big places. And I worked for a lot of years over there supplying product that comes from Germany. A lot of handcrafted instrumentation that you might see on television programs comes from Germany. And so I've developed a good network of suppliers in that area, and as well as a customer base, all across the United States. And so I'm attempting to start my own business doing that, with the hopes of eventually growing in size such that I could have my own manufacturing here in the county. So one step at a time.
All right, thanks, Kim. Anything else? If not, I guess we're adjourned.
So Jen, was that April 1st, like your ultimate